This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Oh, yes, correct, yeah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Global Village. I'm Buddy Kunana. Now, folks, in this show, we take you around the world. We take you and have a preview and a sneak peek into the lives and cultures of other peoples and other countries. And we show you how they live, how they work. And we also talk about, on this show, topics and issues that impact the global community. And tonight, we are going to talk about a country in the in Southeast Asia that shares a lot of historical, economic, diplomatic, and cultural ties with the Philippines. And tonight, we're going to focus on our business relationship with Malaysia, our neighbor in ASEAN, or co-member of ASEAN. And joining us is the Vice President of the Malaysian Chamber of Commerce and Industry in the Philippines, Mr. Eric Yam. Yeah. Eric, good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Yes, for
it's such
having
an honor to have you here representing your chamber, because I understand that this is the first TV appearance of a official of the MCCI.
Yes, correct. We just launched it on September 6th recently. We were fortunate enough to have our international trade minister dropping by the event to officiate the event in conjunction with the ASEAN activities going on. So yes, you're the first station that we've been interviewed, and we are grateful for that.
No, bravo. It also helps that we here in GNN are located in Legazpi Village, Makati, the GNN building, and you are our co-tenant.
Yes,
in this wonderful building.
Right. And the chamber's office is actually in this building itself.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Anyway, Eric, as I said, nice to have you on the show, and very interesting topic because as a Filipino, as a member, as a citizen of ASEAN, like a citizen of this grouping, I'm a very big admirer of Malaysia and all what you guys have accomplished and all that. But let's kick off this talk by talking about you first.
Okay, yeah.
Who is Eric Yam and what brought you to the Philippines? I understand you've been here for quite a while already.
Oh yeah, okay. I've been in the Philippines since 2009. Prior to that, from Malaysia, I was an entrepreneur. I was having a couple of different businesses, and Philippines happened to be one of those countries that I was also dealing in. I'm married to a Filipina, and that makes the perfect sense for me to come to explore the opportunities in the Philippines. So I've been here, and I've learned to understand the culture, the market demands and supplies. I'm actually a marketing consultant for a couple of different companies and brands back in Malaysia then. And right now I'm consulting for a couple of companies from Malaysia that are interested to come into the Philippines.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Right.
Very good. What kind of business are you in?
I am on my own. I'm into the business of DRRM, which is the Disaster and Risk Reduction Management. I'm the founder and the brand owner of LifeKit. what we do is we help to equip all the corporates, governments, and even down to the consumer level, emergency kits that could be used during an earthquake or a typhoon, because as we know, Philippines is a calamity-prone
Fascinating.
country.
Yes, I think you're in the perfect place for this kind of business.
Yes, correct.
Unfortunately
In fact,
for us.
Yeah, in fact, maybe it was a sign, because the day I landed in the Philippines, 5 hours later, Ondoy came.
Oh my.
So that,
well,
was my first orientation on the disaster.
I
in the
don't know if that's a
Philippines.
sign or a foreboding. And
Maybe,
Well,
yeah.
you know what they say: when people see adversity, they also see opportunity.
Yes, we have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and definitely big opportunity here for Life Kits.
Right.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff.
Sure,
Very
sure,
good,
sure.
Eric. Now, let's talk about the Malaysian Chamber of Commerce and Industry.
Right.
Rather new organization.
Right.
You mentioned when you first came on that
Yeah.
you just recently launched.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about the MCCI.
Okay. Now, the Malaysia Chamber, over the past few years, we've been in the circles of mixing a lot of different chambers.
Yeah.
Initially, on our own, we had an association called the Malaysian Association of the Philippines, but that was more geared towards the social activities of the Malaysian families based here. So and being a consultant for several companies from Malaysia coming to the Philippines, we felt that it was a right time to actually have a chamber of our own, because we were pretty surprised. There were no foreign ASEAN nation chamber in the Philippines.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So of course you got the Philippine Chinese chamber. So that's Philippines, you know. But
Yes,
there's no foreign ASEAN nation having a business chamber in the Philippines.
That's interesting. I
So-
mean, you would think because of the close ties,
Yes,
and there
correct.
are really a lot
yes,
of close
yes.
ties.
You got
that
all
there
the
would be.
ASEAN, the summits, all the plans among the ASEANs, but there were no ASEAN nation chamber here.
Could it be that no one really saw a need for it, given the closeness of the
Yeah,
integration
probably
of the
one,
business
and
communities?
yeah, probably that could be one of the reasons. Some of them maybe it's because their population is a bit too small,
Yes.
and some of them are developing pretty new. Maybe their number of those nationalities are not big enough, or maybe the business participation is not as dynamic as what Malaysia has been participating in the Philippines. Yeah, but we felt that anyway, it was a good time for us to actually set it up, and the opportune time is that we are talking about the year where the ASEAN Summit is hosted in the Philippines.
Perfect.
So
yes.
that made good sense, good timing, yeah.
So you're saying that yours is actually, this MCCI is the first
Yeah.
ASEAN
Yeah.
member state with a Chamber of Commerce in the Philippines.
Correct, yeah.
Very interesting, because here, Eric, we've actually hosted several Chambers of
Yes,
Commerce,
yes,
but
yeah.
we've had the Scandinavian Chamber,
Yes,
the
correct,
Israeli
yeah.
Chamber of Commerce,
Right, right.
very far away,
Right.
with whose ties to the Philippines are not
Yeah.
as substantial
Right,
as
right,
our brothers
right.
and sisters
Yes,
in Malaysia.
correct, yeah. We are just probably an hour or 2 hours flight away, talking about
Absolutely.
East Malaysia, yeah.
And the ties that link our two countries together. I mean, there's no
Yes.
denying the cultural, the
Similarities.
ethnic ties,
Yes.
even the linguistic. They're there.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the reasons why we believe a lot of Malaysians are looking at the Philippines, because you don't have the language or barrier. We come in here, we assimilate very comfortably. Everybody speaks good English, and so
Yes.
that there is no problem of miscommunication. And then that's very important when it comes to business.
Absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
yeah.
As opposed, let's say, if you went to Thailand or
Oh, yes,
Indonesia,
yeah.
I mean, there is
Yeah.
still that language barrier
correct.
at all levels. Eh?
At all levels, yeah.
Government, even private sector,
Correct.
and it's just the way, it's just the
True,
nature of
true.
things, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Okay. Now, Malaysian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. What do you guys plan to do? What is your mission? Vision?
Okay, you see now, what we do is this, because we plan to actually increase the trade ties, because we've noticed lately there are a lot of Malaysian companies who wants to expand their operations beyond Malaysia, and we see a lot of dynamism in the Philippines right now, and we've got a lot of opportunities in the Philippines because we tend to say, hey, some of the stuff from Malaysia are not here yet, we're not.
But there's a lot already
Yeah, that's a lot already,
that people don't know about.
Yes, yes. We've been operating a lot of times under the noses of the public, So when we felt that with this group of companies from Malaysia that are slowly, or rather quite aggressively eyeing Philippines right now, and with Philippines having the new administration, which has I think the drive to make things better, to make doing business easier, it is always good to come in early.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting because you coming from the private sector
Yes,
perspective,
right.
and you're in touch with the private sector scene.
Yes.
Talking
Yes.
about entrepreneurs,
Yes,
corporate
yes.
executives, and it's interesting that you say that there is actually an upbeat mood
Yes.
from Malaysia,
Yes.
private sector,
Right.
with regard to the Philippines.
Correct.
Because we've had, as I mentioned, we've had some guests
Yeah.
from the EU and
Right,
countries
right.
in the West,
Right.
and let me say that the response, let's say, has not been as enthusiastic
Yes, yes.
as,
yeah.
as what you're saying
Probably
from the
because
Malaysian side.
they may have their own issues right now with the EU.
Sure,
to look
sure,
into. Yeah, so
yes,
things are
yes.
still very, very.
I mean, let them question the fundamental policies of this administration.
yes,
But
the
what you're saying
fundamentals.
is that, from the Malaysian perspective,
Yes, the
it's all
Malaysians are
good.
ready. They are ready. They're good and ready. And that's that's one of those things that actually spur us to get the chamber started soon. The media was interviewing us the other day. Tell us what Malaysian companies are here in the Philippines. So there are many. So what I did was I just mentioned to them off the cuff. Sometimes when you fly in,
Yes.
you use Air Asia. That's Malaysia. You get a Grab car. That is a Malaysian-founded a brand.
Well, but a lot of people think that Grab was Singaporean.
Yes, from what I understand, Grab was founded in Malaysia, right? But it was probably funded by the Singaporean
Okay, alright.
entities,
But the brainchild behind
yes,
it
was Malaysian.
were Malaysians.
Right.
Excellent.
If you check in somewhere in Makati, say you checked into Berjaya Hotel, St. Giles Hotel, these are Malaysian owned hotels, And if let's say you decide to have dinner at Resort World, or some entertainment there, that's Malaysian based. The next day you go for your meeting, you want to park your car, you parked it in Metro car park sometimes. If you're driving on a highway like Cavitex, these are all Malaysian influenced projects, so we have been around under the noses of the public.
Yes, yes. That's so interesting. I mean, it's so interesting that the success really of Malaysians coming to the Philippines to invest
Yes.
can be an indication that they're around.
Yes,
but
yes.
people actually they've become
Yeah.
so much of a part of our lives.
Right.
And
Yeah.
blended in, assimilated
Yes,
with how
correct.
Filipinos live and work. That
True.
we don't even recognize these as Malaysian investments, huh?
Yes, correct.
How interesting.
Yeah, true.
Great,
Yeah.
great. Okay. Aside from the language
Yeah.
aspect, as you said, that you
Yes.
found Philippines very enticing for business.
Yeah.
What else do the Malaysians like about the Philippines that is opening their eyes to the
Okay.
potential here?
You see, I think it is this. I think because Malaysians, first and most of all, are right now very attracted with your population.
Okay.
That being 100 over a million, that translates to a very, very big demand of any service and technologies
Sure.
or products that they could bring in. Secondly, when they look at the Philippines has been known to be a very labor-geared exporter. It means it's more about OFW, sending people out.
Yes.
And therefore, we notice that the manufacturing sector here, there is a lacking of finished goods with the technology to be done, to be able to
Yes.
bring those products to the world.
Yes.
And Malaysia is good at that.
Absolutely. I think I
Yeah.
understand that 40% or close to 50%
Yes.
of your GDP
Yeah.
is actually manufactured.
Correct,
And
you know.
that's a hell of a big
Yes,
number.
right. So I think so the potential for technology transfer is there from Malaysia to the Philippines, and especially right now having the administration having the build agenda. Malaysians are good at infrastructures. We build infrastructures all over the world, whether it's highway, a lot of construction related developments. So again, that forms another opportunity. And for the retail FMCG players, the mere size of your population alone
Yes.
is going to be very enticing to them. So unfortunately, sometimes in the media, what they hear is you got typhoons, you got earthquakes, you get stuff like that. But at the end of the day, when they make the effort to come, every one of them are impressed with the Philippines. They see, they don't realize that it has boomed, it has grown so well. Imagine you have buildings like the Trump Tower, you got buildings like Azure by Milani that's furnished by Versace. Things like this are great eye-openers to Malaysians. So when they come in and when they start to talk to us, talk to our embassy, our trade embassy, and they find out, wow, the market share is there. And the rest follows.
Absolutely,
Yeah, the
absolutely.
processes to explore, analyze, come in, grow.
Absolutely.
Yes. So that's what I do.
No, I mean, you hit that nail right on the head because the
Yeah.
Philippines, because of our market, we are a big market,
Huge market, yeah.
that one cannot really ignore.
right.
In fact, I understand there's a statistic that if we were like in the world, I think we're the 9th or the 10th most populous country in the world.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Philippines. So it's
yeah.
a huge market, especially
Right.
for Malaysia that has
Yeah.
developed, as you said,
Right.
very developed products that can
Yes.
probably benefit or sell well in
Yeah,
the Philippines. For
right.
example, your life kits.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
talking about 100 million people,
Yeah, in the
30 million
Philippines.
families in
Yes.
a disaster-prone country.
Yes, right.
This is a hell of a good opportunity for your
Yes,
company.
yes, and it's something that is constantly reminded by the government because earthquakes, typhoons are regular occurrences here in the Philippines. Yeah.
Just a little bit off topic.
Sure.
What kind of disasters do you get in Malaysia? I've never heard of
Very
any kind
few.
of
Very
maybe
few.
the occasional forest fire, perhaps, or
Very,
not
yeah,
even.
very. No, yeah, they'll probably
Yeah.
get the haze
Ah.
from the forest fire
Yeah.
from Indonesia,
from
and
Indonesia.
Sumatra. If there were any massive waves or even slight tremors, mostly they are from Sumatra. So so it's
So
just
nothing
a-
local, really.
nothing
Local.
locally. The only a rare occasion once in a while was one a couple of years ago near Sabah, But those are very rare. It's like we hear of them something like once every decade.
I envy you. I envy
know?
you guys in Malaysia. And I think this also
Yeah.
contributes to the stability of the country. That makes it one of the prime destinations for investment. We're
Yes,
going to talk
yes,
about
correct.
that in the second segment as
Right,
we talk
right.
about your country. But okay, going back to the chamber, let's
Sure.
talk about how you guys help Malaysian companies interested to come to the Philippines.
Okay.
What do you guys do exactly?
Okay, that's a very good question. You see,
And then, and to add to that, I mean,
Yeah.
you mentioned the trade office,
Right.
which is attached to the embassy. How do
Yeah.
you guys work together?
Okay, you see, the thing is this: the trade office works well with us. We are the good things about our chamber is when we set it up, we have our diplomatic and protocol advisor from the embassy. We got our trade advisor, which is our commissioner of trade from Malaysia in the Philippines. We've got as the patron our ambassador of Malaysia to the Philippines. So in that on its own, it's a very very good. Gauge that we are a very credible organization. We are here to stay. We are here to grow, and because that's very important for any foreign country company who wants to come into the Philippines. They don't know many people. They don't know who to trust. They don't know who to look to. So at least we
Yes.
form the chamber that you guys are in good hands. Secondly, when a lot of times when they come in and they see the market potential over here, they would of course need to understand what are the criteria of setting up a business in the Philippines, because you've got also a foreign negative list. There are certain lists of,
Sure.
of businesses that foreign countries, foreign owners cannot indulge directly to the consumer. So, and you also have a lot of protocols,
Yes.
processes, different departments and approval. Now, normally when a government does a G2G, a government to government
Yes.
business matching, they will probably get players from both countries to meet, all right? And once there's a potential a synergy between them, basically they have to do everything on their own, because the government cannot be helping every single company to operate
Yes.
on the ground. And that's where we come in.
Yeah.
Because to help them get started on the ground is the most important thing of all, because in any business, the foundation is key.
Yes, and as soon as the government makes those connections,
Yes,
when it comes
yes.
down really to the brass tacks,
Yes,
the
correct.
nuts and bolts of setting
Correct.
up, that's where you guys come
Yes,
in.
we
Again,
provide them the advice on
Absolutely.
what to do and how to go about doing it. And also, since I'm in the marketing line, we also tell them, if this is the product you're looking at, how are you going to market? What kind of target market are you looking at within the segment in the Philippines?
Very good.
Is it going to be for the AB market? Is it going to be logistically defined? And what will be the price points like?
Very
Because
good.
you've got a very different price and taxation scheme compared to what we have in Malaysia. What works in Malaysia may not work in the Philippines.
Yes.
Even the size of the products.
Yes.
If you have to sell a product with a big economic pack, in Malaysia people buy because they find it cheaper. Here it's a sachet nation.
Yes.
The smaller it is, the more it goes.
So really nuances like that where local knowledge
Yes,
and you
yes.
guys come
That's
in
where-
with
that's where we provide them.
valuable
Yeah.
insights. Eric, we got to pause for a break.
Sure.
When we come back, we're going to touch more on that, on what
Right.
you guys do, and we're going to talk about your country
Great.
and what makes Malaysians so successal.
Okay,
Okay?
great.
So guys, stick around because more of Philippines and Malaysia business ties when Global Village returns.
Ada tempat penuh keajaiban Malaysia, melintasi indahnya ladang hijau dan sinar mentari. Datang dan bebaskanlah, dekaplah jantung hati Asia. Rasa cinta yang abadi selamanya di rumah kita. Datang dan bebaskanlah, dekaplah jantung hati Asia. Rasa cinta